All right. Welcome, everybody. We have officially started our podcast, our educational behind the scenes of why the music industry is so goddamn brutal. What goes into making music, what makes music actually worth going to see live. Today, we do have a very special guest speaker, Paul. He is the man, the myth, the legend behind the Dead of Winter Festival. He's going to be talking to us a little bit more about what goes into creating a music festival, how he's able to get this festival to go from location to location to location, out of state as well. And, I can't give you all the information because, well, I don't have it, but that's why he's here. Uh, Alec, I am really excited for this stream today. So am I. I don't know much about what actually goes into starting up your own music festival. That's where I draw the line. I've promoted shows, I booked touring bands to play little mini shows and stuff. I've never gone to the length of what Paul has, successfully accomplished throughout God knows how many years already. But without further ado, I'm going to let him introduce himself and we will get started talking a little bit more about how he got his start in creating the Dead of Winter Festival.
Yeah, man. So I guess let's start at the let's start at the beginning where it all began. So at the end of 2014, I realized there's a really big problem in the world that school budgets are being slashed left and right, and it is forcing cornered administrators to make tough budgeting decisions. And usually arts is the first programs to go, music and arts, so mostly because the equipment is so much more costly compared to other things, and so that wasn't the problem, though. I actually realized the real problem is that if nobody does anything about this in a couple of generations, then there's not gonna be any more original music, at least not in America. It'll be all talk radio and that engineered pop baloney, so I refuse to live into that world. And that's why I founded Keep Children Rockin', and we provide music repairs and equipment donations to local schools. And to fund that, drum roll, Dead of Winterfest. So I had this idea to throw a heavy metal festival for charity, and that was all. That's as far as I got. That's as far as I knew I wanted to do this, and knew that I'd have to partner up with people, and it would be a big community effort. And so I went to the Lago Tyranny album release show at Tempe Tavern. This would have been like September 2014, something like that, with nothing other than this idea and a kind of, a little some conversational talking points and what I was looking for and some of the milestones. And I spoke to Cole with Lago about it. I spoke to Tim with Sorrower about it, and then I also spoke to Paul Benson, who the owner of Club Red, uh, and at the time the vocalist of Unholy Monarch, and he was all about it. In fact, the year before, they did a show called Budget Fest in January, which was just a cheap, low budget show just to have a show. And because the month of January is usually a slow month for tours and whatnot, it was fantastic. And yeah, kids, I didn't have any experience before 2014 in this at all. I'm a businessman. I know how to sell. I've been a metalhead most of my life since high school, and so I've been to shows. And I was also a theater kid too in high school, and then in college and professional business, I've also performed on stage, educationally, functionally, and then I'm in a band as well. Been in a couple of bands and performed. So this was a brand new challenge. No idea what was going on. So Paul Benson he had this idea. He wanted to do this do it as a 2 day show where him and I would book the first day, and then the late great Griffin Kalinsky, hashtag for the father, would book day two basically. And so we all partnered up basically. Me, him, and Griffin got together and had a meeting and figured out how we want to do this and, pricing and all that kind of jazz. And basically kind of like a fourth promoter, a fourth partner was the charity. So basically, the show would do its thing. It would get the money that it gets, and then whatever's left over basically is split four ways. And I want to say that I'm pretty sure we all just donated our money to the charity anyway because we weren't doing it for the money. Um, and that very first year, man, getting into the operations of it, that's a whole different kettle of fish here because from a business standpoint, looking at the offer of Dead of Winterfest, like as far as like if it's a hamburger or something like that, the person who buys it is not the person who eats it. And that's something that makes a nonprofit offer distinct in that way, where the beneficiary receiving the value of whatever product or service was bought is not the person who actually bought it. So there's two separate and distinct customer journeys, but they're being solved with the same solution. And that is what defines a platform offer. If Facebook is a platform offer, it must have users, but it also must have advertisers pay for it. And of course, advertisers aren't going to spend ads if there's no users. So that's what a platform offer is. And a charity is just a special subclass of that. So we did the show. It was great. People were stoked and amped about it. And then, okay, how do we get this into schools? So again, just kind of cold calling, hitting the bricks, reaching out to I started looking at the closest schools to Club Red because we wanted to keep it local. And so we found Whittier Elementary and we were able to buy them. I think the very first year, I think we only had $80 for the
Hey,
charity
Paul.
is what we ended up with. Yeah.
Yeah, just not to cut you off here real quick, but for anyone who doesn't know, Club Red was one
Oh yeah.
of Mesa, Arizona's one of the most popular and famous venues for all genres of bands and musicians.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, due to the pandemic, it did have to close its doors. We've had, I mean, that venue had show after show after show.
Oh yeah.
When do you actually know when Club Red opened approximately?
Oh, that's a great question. So I'm not actually here from Arizona. I'm from Florida, and so I moved here about 10 years ago. So I remember seeing Behemoth and Nile open at the old Club Red location on the 101 by the Waffle House, and so that would have been probably 2013-ish, maybe 2014, because I wasn't involved in the music scene yet. Um, and then they moved to the location further down University by Alma School a couple years after that, and that was when Kim died. Kim Commons, the original owner and founder of it, died, and so they took over that space. Um, I mean, have to at least a decade. I would be shocked if it wasn't 10 years that Club Red existed in those two locations. And I know that they want to have a third one. They being Paul Benson and of course myself, um, and everybody else in the world too. But yeah, it was basically CBGB. If you were anywhere in the Arizona scene in like the tens, that was where you went. Uh, and so yeah, a moment of silence for Club Red. So yeah, and yeah, kids is asking, you didn't have any experience before 2014, and we found out how to do things as you went. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. We knew what we wanted to do, and we knew the major parts of it, and then everything else just kind of fell out and worked out the way that it did. To the point where I mean, I kind of ending up running the door myself and my girlfriend at the time that very first year because that was just something that wasn't until the day ever like, oh shit, we need someone to collect money at the door. um, and then yeah, getting into the schools that was cool. Um, we had like set up at I think $87, so we bought a box of reeds, clarinet reeds or something, and two bottles of valve oil, and we dropped it off at the classroom, and they were grateful for it because even something as silly as a $2, $3 wooden reed, sometimes families can't afford that. And so that box that we gave him, I think it was either 50 or pardon me, 25 or 50, I can't recall. That would have lasted easily a whole school year, if not more. And then the valve oil, even longer. That stuff doesn't get used as frequently. Um, and then from there, we just kind of expanded. So we did another show in 2016, brought we did it only, I think, one day. But what made Club Red special, Justin, you forgot to mention this, is that they had two stages. They had two performing platforms
Yes, they
because it was
did.
originally a movie theater. It was two movie theaters, so these solid concrete rooms that they hollowed out and put a stage. So there was a 750 capacity room on the east and a 450 capacity on the west. And so for Dead of Winterfest, we would book bands back to back and just one band stops, next band starts 5 minutes on the other side, and then that gives the other band a whole set to change over, and fans just go back and forth all day, and it's freaking great. Um, and then let's see, 2017, I think we did our first, you know, two show event. So we did a show in Tucson and then also in Phoenix. And then from there, we expanded into a whole state tour. And we're like, all right, well, I mean, we can book a show in Tucson, we can book a show in Phoenix, book a show in Flagstaff. What other markets exist in Arizona? There aren't any. Those are the three major markets for running any kind of an entertainment based offer like that. So we did a whole road to Dead of Winterfest, and then the last full year that we, and of course the whole time we're making donations each and every year. I think by now we've donated well over $15,000 worth of equipment and repairs to over 20 schools in Arizona. In fact, this past year, two of the coolest donations, we bought either 25 or 30 ukuleles for some classroom here in Chandler. We actually had to buy three more because three of them broke in shipping, and we're like, well, that sucks. And then we bought an entire new PA system for a school in Kingman because in our very last year, but well, hold on. The last year before the pandemic, the 2020 show, we went from Tucson to Kingman to Flagstaff, and then the next weekend did a full 2 day show at Club Red. So in Kingman, there is a school that had a really old speaker system built into the walls. And Paul Benson is a professional audio engineer and live music producer. So we sent him pictures. And then we also connected with Paul Fix, who is out in the Kingman area, a little closer to us, works in radio and in the industry as well. So they looked at it together and they said it's just going to be better to buy a new thing rather than try and rip and replace it and find the old equipment because it was this really old analog amp. So we bought them two Behringer, I think they were C210s, the standing Behringer speakers, and then a simple little mixer and some cables. And there you go. Now that Kingman Music Classroom is good to go for a good long minute. And now we are gearing up for the next Dead of Winterfest on Saturday, February 5th, 2022, in downtown Chandler at the Courthouse. It's going to be our first outdoor show. We're very excited. We will not be able to build a permanent stage before the event because of permits, but that bar, the Courthouse, wants to become a music venue in downtown Chandler. So eventually there will be a permanent stage.
Wait, where are they
So for this
building
show, we're
a
gonna have to
music
rent
venue?
it. But yeah, man, we're going all day again.
Wait, did you say they're building another venue or like a stage in downtown Chandler?
Yep. Yep,
Where?
the Courthouse wants to be an entertainment venue. The guy that we're working with over there, Jerome, and I'm good friends and neighbors with the owner, Peter, over there. Known him for years, and then he ended up, starting the Courthouse, so that worked out really nicely. But yeah, they have the place used to be like a preschool or something like that, and so there's a big outdoor like play area in the back. There's literally some basketball hoops and stuff still set up there. So they can easily fit 1,000, 2,000 people in that place. And then, of course, there's the building with the bar, and they even have a kitchen that'll be operating by the time February comes into town. So, uh,
It wouldn't so happen
yeah,
to
it's
be
going to be
that
outdoors.
place like behind the courthouse, would it?
No,
Or
that's the whole play on words. Yeah, it's across the street from the downtown Chandler courthouse and police station. So it's going to be definitely very secure. If anything
because
stupid
there,
happens,
yeah,
there's
there's
cops
a
everywhere.
building over there right in front of the police station. There was an old building that does have the basketball hoops and everything, but it used to
That's
be.
it.
If this is the place you're talking of, and if we're on the same boat here, this is a place that used to be known as ICANN, which was an after-school program that I actually used to volunteer my time at, actually. So it's interesting
Right
to know
there.
that
Yeah,
area is being.
yeah, no, that's exactly it. The basketball hoops, that player. Yep,
I used to work
that is where
there. Oh my god, yeah.
well, that's where the show's gonna be.
Oh my
So
god,
the
that's
outdoors,
awesome.
we're gonna rent the outdoor stage equipment. Paul Benson still has all the sound equipment from Club Red, so we're gonna go ahead and bust that out. We'll still have to run a couple of subs and some stuff, maybe some lights. Um, but yeah, we're gonna do it, and this is gonna be interesting because it's a bar. We actually can't enforce a door ticket price, so it's gonna be a recommended donation at the door. Um, so we'll see how this goes. I'm hoping that people, obviously, if someone's genuinely in a financial hardship, then that's fine. But hopefully, people will be able to bust out their wallet and throw a couple of bucks at us. I'm thinking maybe a $15 donation suggested, because we're gonna have bands. Well, I'm still booking the first half of the show. The back half is booked, and I'll do a leak of the bands publicly before I leave in a couple of minutes, just to hype it up. So stay tuned. Um, but yeah, we're gonna start. The first slot that I have is at 12:30 p.m. because it's a bar. So in theory, we can have the first band going at 12:30, and then it's basically 25-minute sets with a 15-minute changeover until the headliners go up. I think at 9 or something. And then there's one slot at 12:30 a.m. And I'm trying to find like a black metal band or some band that is gonna want to play that late and stay up and be cool like that. And I feel like only a black metal band would be down to do some kind of you know brutal ritual at the end of the show or something. Uh, yeah, man, it's gonna be cool. It's gonna be a new challenge, that's for sure, and I love a challenge. Um, and just the location's great. Oh, and I forgot to mention the best part. There's like a 4-story parking garage across the street.
Yes,
So
there
like
is.
parking's not an issue. Safety's not going to be an issue. Beer and alcohol ain't going to be an issue. It's a bar. I mean, um, and if they do have an issue, hey Peter, go drive down to Santan and buy a bunch of beer wholesale because they sell Santan anyway. Oh, we also have two sponsorships,
Oh,
so it's going to sound amazing, uh, but it's going to sound extra amazing because we have Robert Calhoun of Arachnid Cabinets coming over, and he's going to backline the whole show. So it's going to be faster to change over, and all the sounds are going to be coming out of his handcrafted custom cabinets that just sound amazing.
congratulations, man.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah,
That's
he
awesome.
actually was involved in the last one. He built a custom cab that we raffled off,
Actually, I
and
forgot to ask for the last festival that we, or for anyone who doesn't know, I have filmed two of the Dead of Winter festivals before.
yes, we have. And you're
And
welcome to come film the next one. By the way, this is your formal public invitation. If
I
you're
greatly
available and you want to come out and it's not like raining, yeah, come on out, dude.
I
Get all the
greatly
footage you want.
appreciate it. I don't know if you are aware, but I did recently. My wife and I did move.
Oh no, I didn't know that. Where are you at
Yeah,
now?
we're currently now in Washington State.
Oh, okay, very cool. Well then,
So if you ever decide
important
to,
spoiler. If you feel
you
like
know,
coming down, come on down.
oh yeah, definitely. I loved filming for Dead of Winter. It was probably some of the most fun like videos I've ever filmed personally, and I gotta say that was true like working like 12-hour like straight like nonstop
Yeah,
filming. Um, so if anyone wants to get into a position like that filming for festivals, you better be prepared to work for like 12 hours because you're being paid. They want their money's worth, and you better give them their money's worth. But it's a
yeah,
really fun experience. The bands are super cool. If anyone is out there and would love to do work with Dead of Winter, please like contact them so they could set something up. Once again, everything's for charity. It's for an amazing cause. Please do it. Um, I love working for a charity in general, any way, shape, or form, especially once it comes to helping out kids in general. Please go ahead and do that. Coming up, I'm hoping by next year as well. I don't know when, but it'll be one time and one time for next year. It's going to be a large event that I want to set up for a charity as
oh,
well.
cool.
And it's going to be I was thinking about doing something through Extra Life. It might be a one-time thing off of my YouTube channel where I might be doing, um, which Extra Life is more of a charity for a children's hospital of your choice. Obviously, all donations go to them. and it'll just be playing a bunch of games. If anything, I'll try to set something up with my old crew with King Orangey and Skull. Hopefully, we can raise some money for some children's hospitals and everything as well. Every year, I do want to do at least one children's hospital. My goal is to literally accomplish and raise money for every children's hospital in a state.
Nice.
That is something I want to do. I've been working with kids my entire life professionally, and I think it's just a great opportunity overall and exceed that expectation from myself as well. Want to throw that out there. The planning is going to be taking a long time. There's a lot to prep for. But once again, if you want to continue helping out in a larger way, please always feel free to contact Paul here. If you want any pointers on how to set up some form of charity for yourself, he is the guy to go to. He is your expert. If you want anything for music, working at a music venue or booking shows, he's also your guy, like he mentioned before. So if you have any questions, he guarantee he can answer for you the exact same way you want to hear it. But I just want to point that
Thank
out
you.
there.
Yeah, no, thank you. That's very kind. Yeah, and then this is actually just a side thing. I mean, I've got a business on the side. We have a little high-end boutique agency called Be Pro that does automation and advertising. So I actually have a new book coming out
Oh,
very soon in the next year. Yeah, if you go to book.paulsokol.me, you can join the wait list, and it's a generic general business book, but like straight talking, plain English, like just kind of the fundamentals. Because a lot of people, will miss that and then they struggle and I'm against that. I want to help people. I also put in the chat. I believe those comments stay after the broadcast is over. A link
yeah.
to Keep Children Rockin's Guide Star profile. Our website was hacked earlier this year, and so it's not back up yet. But I make sure Guide Star is always up to date. It's basically like the phone book of charities. And then I just looked at the time. I'm going to have to roll out of here, but as
Problem.
promised, I'm going to go ahead and leak some bands for Dead of Winterfest. You ready for it? You excited?
Yeah,
Maybe
let's
maybe
do
they'll
it.
somebody come out to the show. So okay, so the first headliner, the staple of Dead of Winterfest, the guys that we know and love, Scattered Guts is going to come back and bring it.
Hell yeah.
Um, I feel like they've almost done every single Dead of Winterfest every year. Those guys are amazing. I love them.
They have.
Dude, Ruben, Vance, Zach. Zach is my loan mortgage officer. He helped me get my house refinanced. I love that dude.
Shout out to him.
Alan and Matthias. How could I forget Matthias? And then, so that's the first headliner we got going on. And then the next headliner is very exciting. We have Bad Acid Trip again. So I just messaged them. I'm like, hey, you guys want to do it again? And they're down. So we're gonna have Bad Acid Trip coming over from California again. That's gonna be a lot of
Nice.
fun. And then this last band I'm the most excited about. This is basically a homecoming show for this band. They basically released their second album and then split apart. In fact, I think the drummer is up in your neck of the woods. We are going to get Singularity back to do a show
Oh wow.
and headline at Winterfest. Right? Right?
Dude.
Ah, I'm so excited.
That's awesome.
Oh yeah, no, it's great, man. We already because the charity, has a bank account and whatnot, and so we do have a little bit of a budget, and so we were able to get them paid. Uh, I paid them by PayPal a couple weeks ago so they could buy their plane tickets and save money and get out here. And because we're backlining, that's also less stuff to travel with. So that's very exciting though, because after the tragic passing of their keyboardist Nick, they kind of split up where Adam, the bassist, stayed here. Jack Fliegler went out to be a YouTuber and content creator in California. And then the drummer Nathan Bigelow, who I just love watching drum. I'm so excited. Um, he's so talented. He's up there in your neck of the woods. I think he might be in Washington or something like that.
Okay.
But there you go. Dead of Winter 22, Saturday, February 5th at the courthouse in downtown Chandler. It's the weekend before the Super Bowl, so you don't have anything going on. And it's technically a free show because there's really just a suggested donation. We can't enforce a door prize. And headlining, we've got Scattered Guts, Bad Acid Trip, and then the return of Singularity. Plus, we're going to have a bunch of other bands. starting at 12:30 p.m. and pretty much going until 12:30 a.m. So uh, I
Are
got to
you
cut
gonna
out, guys.
are you gonna be
Run
live
late to my
streaming
next
it by
call.
any chance?
I don't know. I don't know. It all depends on how the internet connection is, and also just what the setup's going to be.
Okay.
Because when we live stream, we have to get an audio out from the soundboard,
Yeah.
and sometimes you just can't set up a laptop in a way that'll work.
Fair
So
enough.
if I can, though, you know me, I'm a big nerd. I love being a documentarian and
Oh yeah.
capturing the history of the music scene. So if I can, I will. Um, Thank you so much for having me, though. This has
Of
been so
course.
delightful. I love the opportunity to share this. And yes, please reach out, either you or anybody listening, if you need help with charities or promotion or business stuff. And I'm all over the internet.
All right, perfect. Well, thank you so much again for your time, man. I greatly appreciate it. I hope this was educational to a lot of people. And if anyone else needs any more future information, he is now officially on our Discord server as well. So
Yes, I am.
please go ahead and message him if you have any questions.
Yep, yep. Alrighty, bye, everybody. Thanks for listening.
And see you later. All right. Man, that was cool. Man, it's been a long time since I've been able to talk to him. I know he's very, very busy. So the fact that I even got close to a half an hour to an hour to speak with him is honestly pretty rare. But once again, thank you again, Paul, for joining on to the show. I greatly appreciate it. Um, yeah, tomorrow we'll have another guest speaker, depending on his availability. Tomorrow we're going to have Jacob Reynolds from Jacob Reynolds Media. Once again, more on the high-end video production for shooting music videos. After that, we do have our full list here, actually. If anyone is a part of the Discord server would like to join, the link will be in the description below. If it's not in there right now, I'll make sure to put it at the end of this podcast live stream. But after Jacob here, 11:28, we do have our guest speaker as well, Nima. He is the manager for a Scottsdale, which once again in Arizona, for anyone who may have not have known, for a music venue / bar called Rock Bar that I used to film for a little bit for some events they had going on there. After Nima on the 28th, once again, that one will actually be taking place at 7:30 p.m. So that is going to be a late night show. The one with Jacob is also for the 23rd, which is tomorrow, is also going to be approximately at 7:30 at night. After that one, we are going to be speaking with Jeff Tretta from Blue Exit Audio, also resides in the Phoenix metro area. That's going to be on the 30th of this month. We're going to be live approximately around 5 p.m. Once again, all this is in PST. If you want to do the conversion, please Google it. So if you're in the East Coast, odds are it's probably a 3-hour difference. So that's the best way to take a look at it. And then the other ones that still need to be planned out here as far as date and times. We're going to have our special guest speaker about music blogging and professional journalism, which is Joe Meyer, a.k.a. Every Show Joe, which I'm really excited about. Another one we're going to be having coming up soon is my good friend and my buddy, my brother D9, and he'll be talking about music creation as well as professional beat making as well, so I'm really excited to have him back on the show as well. And then one really large one that I'm really excited about, that I'm just super stoked that I got the opportunity to speak with her, is our special guest speaker Mo from 93.3 Alt AZ. And I know she's really, really busy. She does have her own show specifically on Alt AZ called The Mo Show. If you want more information, all that information is provided strictly only in the Discord server. So if you want to find out more about our artists and your musicians and all about our professionals coming up, all the links to their websites and everything are listed in the Discord. That's how you can get your first glance at it, kind of more behind the scenes. Obviously, when the live streams do happen, all the information will be linked in the bottom as well. Once again, if they're not there right away, please bear with me. There's a lot going on, a lot of work I have to do. But all the information will be there for you to take a closer look at all of the things that all of these special guests have provided for everybody. But as I did promise, we did have some music videos we're going to be taking a look at here as well. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to adjust my volume here real quick so I don't blow out your ears here. But we do have 2 music videos. Both of them I did film for Paul for the Dead of Winter Festival. This is the... I don't even remember when I filmed the first one, to be honest with you. Yo, King Justice, welcome, man. We're about to watch some music videos from our special guest speaker, Paul, of Dead of Winter Fest, which is a large metal festival in Arizona. And we're going to watch the first one I filmed here just so you can guys actually see the experience that Dead of Winter provides for everybody who decides to go out. It's probably one of the greatest opportunities I've ever had. Once again, Paul is probably the nicest dude I've ever met. The metal community overall in Arizona made me feel more at home than anything. And this is more of a thank you to all those bands who helped not only Paul out in his ventures for Dead of Winter, but also helped me provide more of a really just an amazing time at a show. Before then, I was never a metalhead, and you know, I wasn't that into metal until I actually started filming for Paul and for these metal festivals. I've met some of the most fantastic bands. That's where I got to meet Pyrotechnica. For anyone who doesn't know who they are, they're some really, really close friends of mine, so shout out to Pyrotechnica. They do have a large show actually coming out as well. I know it's a really large metal band they're opening up for. I can't remember the name of it, unfortunately. But yeah, I'm really excited for them. I filmed for them the first 2, actually the 2 times I filmed for Dead of Winter, they were there, I believe. And yeah, just a good time. But I'm going to stop rambling here so we can start watching some music videos to show you guys what Dead of Winter is all about. So I'm going to go quiet here, and we're going to enjoy. Also, shout out to Scattered Guts for allowing me to use her music for this music video. All right, so that was the very first Dead of Winter festival that I got to film. That was the one that truly actually got me more into literally like metal music in general. And like I said, it was probably one of the best times I've ever had. If anyone actually wants to watch more music videos or anything at all, I do have the link for Private Eye Promotions in the JAGZSXE YouTube channel as well, along with the other channel I do have. But we do have a second music video here as well. So let's see. The first one I recorded for Den of Winter Festival was 3 years ago. Man, it feels like I just filmed that like not too long ago as well. But yeah, we do have the last one here for the Dead of Winter Fest in 2020. So obviously just last year. And this one, you can definitely see an improvement of not only quality, but also for Dead of Winter building itself up even more. So I'm going to go ahead and get this pulled up for you. And then after... Oh, I don't want to play this one. Also, so this one for Dead of Winter Fest 2020, these are all recap videos. Just obviously to help promote Dead of Winter Festival and obviously help promote my own work for my business. But first off, once again, shout out to Dead of Winter Fest. Shout out to Scatterguts for allowing me to use their music for that recap video. And then for this one, once again, shout out to Paul and Dead of Winter Fest. And then also shout out to one of my new favorite metal bands called Advent, who gave me the rights to use their music for this recap video as well. So without further ado, we're going to watch another one. Alrighty, ready. So that was the second video I've done for Dead of Winter Festival, and like I said, it was probably some of the most fun I've ever had. Um, Filming for 12 hours straight was definitely a new experience. They really put my skills and expertise to the test. So thank you, Paul, for really pushing me to really help out and to film more recap videos for different festivals and everything. And he's how I got my start, really. Um, so seriously, I cannot thank him enough. The first one, yeah, I think they both lasted for 12 hours. I remember the first one was up in Tucson in Arizona. I remember driving out from Chandler, and that was about a 2-hour drive. And that show, I filmed completely for free because I wanted to get my name like recognized with him, and I wanted the opportunity to connect with him. So I went ahead, I filmed 12 hours straight of footage and edited everything out, including editing out audio, and I did everything for free for him, just so I could connect with him. Like, I wanted to show him, and like, that I could do it and what I was about. And then obviously we grew, we became pretty good friends after that, and obviously still professional, connections. Um, and obviously because of that, I was able to grow into filming for him once again, literally straight up professionally for 2020. And I'm really proud and really glad to hear that they have been growing significantly. That charity wise, they are doing beyond fantastic and been able to help out so many schools and their kids to be able to play music and to be able to boost their performance of the arts overall. So seriously, congratulations, Dead of Winter Festival. Congratulations, Paul. I really can't wait to see what you guys have for this upcoming new year for Dead of Winter Festival as well. Um, if you guys want, Paul, if you're ever for some reason if you're listening back to this VOD, um, I wish I could film for you again. I don't think it's within my budget to be able to fly all the way back out to Arizona and film, but if we could set something up, that would be great. I would be beyond honored to continue working with you, but I don't know if that's within anyone's budget here because I know that's quite a bit. But it does kind of bum me out that I can't continue working for him as of right now, at least. But the opportunity, other nonetheless, is more than I could ever ask for. Um, yeah, there wasn't really much else. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. Planned out for today's live stream, other than having the opportunity for Paul to talk to you guys a little bit more about his work and how it got formed and started. If you guys, once again, would ever like to ask him any more questions, he is on the Discord server now, so please hop on in. If you do want to become a student in the Discord server, however, please feel free to ask me. I'm going to describe this a little bit more. The student role is more along the lines of people who want a more one-on-one connection with our guest speakers that will be on the show before we do put a pause for quite a little bit for everything JAGZSXE and everything for all the other online work I do, so I can focus on some new journeys and new goals that I wish to pursue in my music career. If anyone wants to help out with that, once again, just let me know in the Discord server, or if you are a friend of mine and online anywhere else, feel free to ask. But yeah, the student role is actually a little bit more fun. Not only we get a one-on-one interaction with all the guest speakers that we're going to have here before the show gets put on pause on January 3rd, but also we also have a list as far of a song creation workshop and course that I am running. It is all completely for free. All you have to do is just let me know you want to be a student. I add the role on so you can join. We'll be writing songs together. I'll be teaching you guys and helping not only you but myself, benefit from lyric writing to song creation, regardless of what instrument you are playing. We'll talk a little bit more about DIY recording if you want to kind of do your own work, because that's something I'm currently doing right now as well. We have everything from lyric writing breakdown to finding the melody, finding the right tempo. We'll talk about singing. We'll talk about different gear you need in order to record your own music, how to find that certain sound you're looking for the music, depending on what genre you write. We'll talk about the actual methods of writing as well. And then eventually we'll go into more kind of stuff about the style, genre of music that you want to play, different tuning and the key that you're going to be playing in, talk about major, minor chords, melodies, hooks, rhythm, leads. Obviously, tempo is very important. We do have end goals as well, which are going to be our projects, different projects as far as creating, writing your own song to just promote and to just show other people, the process that you've gone through to be able to become a musician or more of a musician than you already were. We're going to be doing everything as far as recording your own song to share with the class. And then we have our group project, which is going to be very fascinating because all of us have completely 100% different tastes of music and listening to different genres and trying to collaborate together to make a common goal. So everything as far as music, lyrics, production value, it's going to be a fun time. But that is all the time I am going to have for today. It is a quick hour podcast. So that is actually a first. Normally we go for about maximum of 3 hours. But thank you guys so much for watching. If you want to continue hanging out with me, I will be chilling in the Discord server for the entire day. Just hanging out, talking to everyone here because I am very, very tired from work. But once again, thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you, Paul. Shout out to Dead of Winter Festival, and shout out to Brandon as well, who was our very first guest for Brendan Leland. If anyone wants to watch back, that was our last week's guest speaker for his band Till I Fall, and for his self-recorded project as well under his own name. So thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you to everyone who is going to be a guest speaker in the future. And until then, I hope everyone stays safe, stay awesome, stay sane, please. Work has been brutal, I know, for everyone, and so is life. But till next week. See you guys later.